Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm MiniShow, the show of all shows, and welcome to Game 5 of this spectacular season of this spectacular gameplay from Stephano and Polt. And sorry guys, I've actually messed up. It's not a best of 5 series, and I was really confused. I had to go look over the tapes again, and it's actually best of 7, so it's the first one to 4. So Polt, playing as the Terran, is winning 3 to 1, while Stephano's only won one of them. So Polt, if he can pull out this match, he will be the winner at this championship series. So there's a lot at stake in this match. So if Polt can hold out and defeat Stephano, Stephano will lose and come in second place. So this is a really exciting cast. I'm just having so fun. This is my first ever series cast, and I hope you guys are really enjoying it. And Overlord is going slowly but surely, and it's going to probably end up scouting Polt's base, which is over here. And Polt is just mining away with his SCVs. He's eventually going to be pulling up Orbital Command fairly soon, once he eventually... And look at that. They're both saying good luck, have fun. Quite nice sportsmanship from both of them, even though they have money riding on this game. And this SCV is going to be taking some damage from that drone. And I don't know why I keep getting the Zerg worker unit names mixed up. There's probes, drones, and SCVs, and I just keep mixing each one together. I don't know why I can't figure it out. And there goes the early barracks, as usual, as a typical build for Terran players, just to keep out enemy enforcers in. And as always, Stephano builds a second early base before the 3-minute mark, which is always a good idea, just to make sure to get more units and just better stuff out, which is always a good idea. And so Polt is going to go scout with this lone little SCV, and he's going to see that there is a second hatchery on the way. So that's good news, or well, it's always bad news to see that someone else is already building up to something new. And it looks like this SCV sees that everything's going up and spawning pool's going down to make more queens and zerglings. And right now Polt, with his comical self, starts building another bunker, as we've seen in many other games, and he's ended up going to cancel it and salvage the parts from it. And this is just always annoying, because these these drones can be used to harvest minerals or gas or just build any other types of buildings. And it's just hilarious. This lone Marine was going to try and go help out, but and so it didn't really do any effect. And so a factory is going to be made right now. It's going to be a quick little Hellion, probably Hellion push, just in the beginning. It's always nice just to start off with that. And I don't know what's going to happen. If the spine crawler doesn't get put down, it's going to be... Okay, good job. That's what I thought. I couldn't see it for some reason. Good thing the spine crawler is going down, because Stephano needs security. And of course he needs to play somewhat cautious in this game, but at the same time aggressive, because he needs to make sure that that he's going to win. And if Stephano doesn't win, he is going home, packing his bags, and just doing nothing. Gosh, I don't know why I'm yawning again. Whew. For some reason, I'm not even bored either. I've done like all these in a row, and it's just way too much fun. That Zergling's just going to basically do nothing. 2 Marines are just going to dominate it. Too early Hellion expansion. It's not expansion, but a reactor is put down, so 2 of them can be built at the same time. And I'll do quite an early push, and these 2 are already doing a good enough push already. The little tower was used for somewhat of a control, and Polt sees that there's a spine crawler chilling, so, and a queen, and that's just used for proper defense, as I would like to say. And these 2 more Hellions are coming in, and they may actually do something. They may do some attack damage right now. And another queen was set out, and it's creating creep tumors, and this could be some good news for Stephano. But if Stephano doesn't push back these Hellions, it's going to be a bad idea to... And nice, he's going to push up the spine crawler just to make him attack and that's always a good idea. Let's see if the spine crawler can... Oh, another 2 more Hellions are coming out, and it looks like that this spine crawler is going to settle down and be quite defensive and perfect for Stephano. And I'm guessing Stephano's going to probably build a 3rd hatchery fairly soon, since we know him all too well from these past 4 games that I've casted that he's been fast expanding basically like crazy. But Polt, he is just doing a great job at countering it. He's making units that count, and Stephano basically is just dying every single time from Polt's engagements. And like, Stephano has numbers, but numbers does not count. It's like, it's comparison to like World War II and how many people died from that war. You take the Russians, who were probably the most army supply in the world at that time, and they died the most because they were the least equipped and like well trained. And I compare that to the Zerg, because like, well, Russians aren't bugs, but like, it's a very good analogy for what I'm trying to say, that Zerg is like, you have to use more of an army, or you have to, basically you have to rush right at the beginning. You can't let Protoss and Terran just like build up their armies, because it's basically going to do nothing, and it's quite easy to kill Zerg units as well, unless they get fully upgraded way before you, or if you just play stupid and just don't upgrade or like don't put any pressure, because that's always a bad idea. Because once a swarm comes and like basically you get overridden, it's just terrible news. And here comes another yawn again. Gosh, I just can't figure out why I'm yawning so much. I guess it's because I came back from school. I'm just so tired from waking up at like 8 o'clock this morning, but that's not that early. And it looks like these Marines are going to take out one... Oh, they're not going to do enough damage to take out that spine crawler. That's some bad news. And nice little takeout finally. The Queen's going to be touched but not harmed. Nice 2 medevacs. And this style of play has just been playing constantly. This spine crawler is probably going to be taken out right now. And it looks like Polt is attacking his defenses once again, putting the pressure, but at the same time, this is Stephano. He's building a 3rd hatchery to make his economy keep going. And nice low engagement with the Banelings, pretty much force Polt to pull back. And it looks like Polt's probably going to drop his Marines right here, and he's probably going to put on another push again. And more Marines are coming up and being pumped out. A few siege tanks are going to be coming out fairly soon, and it looks like it's going to be the same exact thing. And so it looks like this 3rd hatchery is going to be taken out and spotted by Polt, and this is too bad for Stephano. He's going to bring his forces right now, and this could be quite devastating to Stephano and not a good idea. And looks like, and nice little cancel just to make sure that he can scavenge some of the items from there. So Polt's doing a very good job, as I said already, keeping the pressure on him. And these Zerglings basically, well, one of them was lucky enough to survive, and it's going to die. So Stephano instead is going to be building his 3rd hatchery over here onto his right of his natural, or not natural, but of his main. And these Zerglings and Banelings are going to just try and just protect and do their best that they possibly can. And Polt's economy is just booming right now. She's doing a great job in just managing his resources, making sure to make timely attacks. His 3rd command center is going to be going up fairly soon, and looks like some more barracks are being made, and it looks like Stephano is going to be in a lot of trouble fairly soon if he does not do any type of counter push, because Polt has been putting on the pressure constantly, and I think that's the reason why he's going to win this whole series. And it's just too bad that Stephano's just not learning from his mistakes, because Polt is basically been doing the same thing for all these 5 matches. Basically, he makes the siege tanks, and these siege tanks just do work. I guess this is the strategy. I really don't know. I'm kind of a noob, as a lot of people call me. And these siege tanks, I guess, do a lot of work against Zerglings. I guess this is probably the proper way to play as Terran versus Zerg, or TVC, as they like to call it. A nice little push by Stephano. He's finally getting the right mindset. He better go break down these supply depots. If he does not, then he is going to probably lose. And we see a couple more Banelings come into formation, just do their little attack run. They're basically instant kills. And Stephano's going to go and check to see if there's a third base coming up. And yeah, there's a planetary fortress. Nice. Oh my gosh, this might be the perfect timing. If this planetary fortress comes up, it could be bad news for Stephano. And I don't think he'll be able to do that much damage. The Marines come back just in time. And Stephano better put the moves on before those Marines can come back and defend, because this could be a very bad idea. And I'm just so excited. I don't think oh my gosh, here it goes. The planetary fortress comes up, and it looks like it's gonna be a full surround. Nice, very good engagement by Stephano to take out that third base. And as always, another hatchery is coming out at the same time while all this attack is. I'm just amazed by how much these players have to concentrate on what they're doing. As you can see, you see all the tabs that they have right here, and that's like their unit total, and like there's so many hotkeys to memorize and use that it really is quite fun to play this game, and quite challenging if you're not good at it. I think for me right now, I'm not really into the 1v1s. I like the casting of 1v1s, but I really am enjoying 3v3. I think that's my place, or 4v4. Because for some reason, I'm just more of a team player, and I do like relying on other teammates to help me win. And if I do very well, then I expect my other teammates to support me. And I've had a lot of times where like I have been the best player, and like I probably would have won like a 1v1 match, but I never actually won because my teammates would either produce no economy, which is just worthless, and like this is what this game's about. You need to be able to produce units, you need to be able to expand, you need to be able to not be stagnant, and this third or fourth hatchery is just going to go down with no contest. And hopefully Stephano puts a little bit of pressure on the main one. These units are just going to be stagnant. And Stephano's kind of hurting right now. His unit production's kind of somewhat alright. And we'll see what happens right here. There's a giant ass Zerg army right here, and this is pretty cool. Scanner goes down, and Marines come in just for a brief introduction to their destruction. And it looks like Polt is going to retreat a little bit to his siege tanks, which is a good idea, because these siege tanks lay out so much damage, as they should. And it looks like the Marines were stim packed just a little bit. They're 1-2 upgraded. And Stephano's units, let me check out what his are. They are 2-2, so they have somewhat of a slight advantage, but not too much. And a scanner goes down, and this hatchery is probably going to be going down right now, and this is bad news for Stephano. It looks like he's going to lose his third hatchery, and at the same time he's making another one, but I don't think that's going to do too much. If Polt pushes out right now, I think he's probably possibly going to win this championship series, and this is some bad news for Stephano. And whoa, there's a lot of units going in, about 131, and that's quite a bit, and it looks like they're all going to be going to Polt's base. And if he doesn't do anything now, he is going to lose. So Stephano is thinking he can do something. He's got some Ultralisks out, and those are going to do great damage to Stephano, or to Polt's army. And it looks like Polt is caught out of position. It looks like these Ultralisks are going to take out mostly everything. All the tanks are going to be pretty much first looked at. And it looks like most of these Zerglings are just going to go around the back way. I think this was a terrible idea. He should have just used all his forces all at once just to take out everything. And it looks like these medevacs are going to do absolutely nothing right now. And the Ultralisks are going to take out at least one of them. And this Ultralist is basically going to die fairly soon. And 3 lone Banelings are just going to be chilling right there and just doing absolutely nothing. And here we go with Stephano's forces. They're got a couple of infestors, some ultralists and zerglings, and these two marines are just going to get slaughtered right now. And say good night to some of Polt's defenses. And oh, this looks like this is going to be quite a big push for Polt. He's going to try and protect his third base, which is quite important for Polt's economy just to even survive. And it looks like all at the same time, Polt has just been grinding out units left and right, and it looks like his forces are going to be way more powerful than Polt, or not Polt's, but of Stephano's. And basically, this match is going to be won quite soon. And so the Ultralists and Stephano's units are going to probably put somewhat of a, pressure on. And hopefully something will happen here. And it looks like these siege tanks are going to do tons of damage. And it looks like Stephano's going to try and break up his forces somewhat of a little bit. See if he can get ahead on, and uh-oh. That was a terrible engagement by Stephano. I don't know why he's going into this. The siege tanks already settled. The Ultralists are all basically going to be dead. Nice fungal growth, but I think this is all or nothing for Stephano. If he doesn't do any damage right now, it's probably going to be game over. And still, Stephano's putting somewhat of enough pressure. The supply depot damaging, I don't think is going to do very too much. And Stephano needs to clean out all of these marauders. If he can take them all out, this would be a great... Oh my gosh, and it looks like Stephano's units are all going to be taken out, and this is quite bad. And Stephano's going to try all his heart to keep himself alive, but I don't think anything's going to be happening with this, because Polt is going to be just pushing out to Stephano's third base, or his third hatchery, and quite potentially that one and that one. And so here comes the forces, and they're barely going to do anything, and the siege tanks laying down so much armor and attack damage that it's just ridiculous. The damage is monumental. And it looks like Polt's going to be moving out again. And Stephano at the same time is pulling out his zerglings. He's going to surround the tank. He's going to surround some units, but these siege tanks just are doing way too much damage. The marauders are just doing way too much damage too, slowing down enemy zerg units, and it looks like Stephano's not going to be able to siege again Polt's forces. And this just looks terrible for Stephano. He's just wasting so much resources on all of his units, and basically they're all just dying. We'll check out the kill count. 433 for Polt. That's not bad. It's pretty much a 2-to-1 KDR. And we'll see where it happens next. Polt's just reorganizing his army. Not bad. Planetary fortress is put up, so this is going to do quite a bit of damage. It's going to protect basically all of his SCVs from the zerglings, because they do no damage basically whatsoever to the planetary fortress unless they turn into banelings and go in for suicide bombs. So these zergling units are going to go help and attack, or help and defend that hatchery, and that hatchery just goes down way too quick. And if I was Polt, I probably would have left a unit over here just to make sure that no one's going to be rebuilding anything again anytime soon. But if he can push out to this area right here, then it may not matter. And it looks like Polt's going to be just pulverizing this hatchery. It's going to go down quite fast, and this is not good for Stephano at all. And it looks like Polt's just going to pretty much just get his health back with all of his units, and these zerglings are going to try and do somewhat of little damage, just take away and take a little bit of map control. But out of all these games, Stephano just hasn't had map control at all. It seems like he's been at his base the whole time, and it's just basically not a good thing. And that's one of the reasons why he is losing this series. Polt has figured out Stephano's tricks, and it looks like his forces are going to come in at full force. Stephano really needs to get rid of those medvacs, because they are doing so much help for Polt. And these forces are just basically just running away, pretty much just hiding to make sure that they don't die right now. And this is just quite funny, just seeing all these tanks. Every time I see a tank siege, they're just so scary. The scan goes down. He sees that there's a lot of forces right there, and is just waiting for an inevitable attack. And Polt does a very good job at making 2 different or 3 different layers of siege tanks, which is always like the best idea for him to do, because if his Marines go out, they can retreat, and then they can retreat into cannon fire. And cannon fire is just ridiculously overpowered. Well, not overpowered in the sense that it should be nerfed or anything, but the Terran do need this type of reinforcement to be able just to stay alive against any other types of player. And I'm so excited just to see like a Protoss game, and it looks like this hatchery is going to be taken out. And at the same time, Zerg, he's going to be, Stephano's going to be bringing his best forces out to in front of his, ooh, nice little fungal growth. Looks like all those units are going to be taken out just like that. But Stephano needs to do something fairly quick, or he is going to lose this game. He needs to somehow breach the siege tank line and just destroy all of them. And right now he's going in for nice little fungal growth there. Really not going to do anything in this base. There's really, his main is really producing no minerals or anything. He really needs to go and attack this one, but I don't know why he's not doing so. And basically he's just running away and just stalling time for his inevitable defeat. And the 3rd hatchery is coming up finally, and it looks like Stephano has no resources at the moment. And if Polt wants to win this, he probably has somewhat of a clue that he's going to win. He just needs to make sure that Stephano doesn't make any more hatcheries to produce units or gather resources. So he's making up to this ramp right here, and this could be a nice engagement. If Polt can get the positioning perfect, this Marine's probably going to go check out this area and find out that there's nothing there. But Polt knows that Stephano built a hatchery back at that same spot again. And so he's bringing all of his forces down to this area. And this could be the game right here. Basically, this hatchery is going to go down in like 20 seconds. Well, not even 20 seconds, like 5 seconds. And it looks like all of Stephano's forces are going to be starved of resources. And at the same time, this planetary fortress is going to be just taken out and destroyed by these ultralisks. But if Polt can make the charge right now and just kill off all the hatcheries, basically Stephano lost it. And so evolution chambers are going to be taken out. This hatchery is going to be focused on first, and there's going to be just tons of drones just running away, and Stephano's gathering up his resources right in the middle with all of his units. And here comes, ooh, nice little push from Stephano to take out all these tanks, but it looks like the tanks are just way too much for Stephano. And this could be the final battle and final engagement, and this could be the win for Polt if he can stay alive and keep his tanks alive. And looks like that most of Stephano's forces are taken out and dead. And Stephano's not making any resources, no minerals, no gas, so basically he's got to hold out. And if that ultralisk goes down, it is basically, and it is over. Stephano saying congratulations, and that is it. Polt wins this championship series, and I hope you guys enjoyed this series. Don't forget to rate it, and my name is MiniShow. Thank you for watching. Bye.